of December Astro Tarot forecast. I am shuffling the Green Witch Tarot by Anne Mora, and we have major transits to go over this month, so let's cut to the chase. We have our Saturn transit and our Jupiter transit. We also have a new moon total solar eclipse that starts our month on the 14th of December. 23 degrees of Sagittarius, this new moon total lunar eclipse occurs for a fresh, sweeping, clearing start in the 9th sector for Aries. This compatible fire sign energy works for you in that it trines any personal planetary placements you hold in Aries. Please watch your ascendant, your moon sign, and your sun sign for a full dose of the cosmos for the month. Eclipses are portals. This alignment is the new moon and the sun at exactly the same degree, 23 degrees of Sagittarius in your 9th sector of education, higher learning, the metaphysical, your spiritual self. There's a fresh start for you here in your belief systems and your strategy of life. What do you believe in politically, spiritually? And what do you need to learn that you maybe even started but haven't finished? This is a year to dedicate to your personal growth and the expansion of all things metaphysical, the tarot, astrology. All of that resides in the 9th house. There could be new settlements or legal action or policies that you're adhering to. Some of you might decide to take legal action from something that has been pending, or you've been weighing this, whether or not to either file a lawsuit or to retain counsel. More of that might come up in the tarot. But the 9th sector is broad. It will be very different for each one of you. But this catalyst mark will indicate a 6-month period of time where you could really throw yourself into a learning period without distraction from December 14th to June 14th, winter solstice to summer solstice. There's an inspiration for Aries in this 9th sector. Your religious beliefs as well are here, and your policies of life. So there is a new approach to how you are viewing yourself and moving forward. Saturn, the planet of focus, learning, limitation, and restriction in order to break down what needs to be rebuilt. Saturn on the 17th makes a transit out of Capricorn, where this planet has been comfortably stationed and conjunct Pluto and Jupiter for the last year, but Pluto for several years. For all of the 3 years that Saturn has been in Capricorn in your career sector, there has been this harsh oppression or limitation, a ceiling put over Aries' head at times. And we all know that Aries is the leader and the emperor and a strong authority in their own lives. And to have that planet of restriction in the career was harder for Aries to deal with, especially this last year, where there have been restructurings and breakdowns. But now, on the 17th, Saturn enters Aquarius for all of 2021 and will be conjunct Jupiter, who also enters Aquarius on the 19th. So they are running conjunct with one another. Saturn moves much more slowly than Jupiter, but they are both moving into your 11th sector. Expect a broadened connectivity with social friends and a much different year as opposed to last year with social connections. Saturn in the 11th sector gives you a very keen perspective of who is in your life and who needs to be around you going forward, Aries. You will be honing in on your friendships, and you might perfect a very strong and structured online presence where you're trimming the fat in this area. Everything is very precise, and in terms of your online presence, you don't share too much personal, emotional energy as much as you are scientific or factual. The 11th sector has to do with technology, the internet, your social relationships, friendships, your goals. Aries, perfecting your bucket list, having a relentless approach to pursuing your goals is strong, with Saturn focusing you in the 11th sector. Who you know is just as important as what you know in those 3 years. But we're focusing on 2021 right now, and especially December. We have to look with what's directly in front of us. We don't want to get too far ahead. The other night I was looking at the planets out into 2025, and I was just, in a wormhole of the future, and you could get lost in there. And there's so much predictive energy that I might do one of those videos, just a whole bunch of predictions, not specifically related to the month we're in, but just years out. Anyway, I got lost in that thought. This restriction here, you will not be light-hearted friends with many people with Saturn in the 11th. These are purposeful connections, honed in synced relationships. There will be no imbalances when it comes to who you associate with. They'll either mean something or they're insignificant and you don't relate and you're not giving them energy. So it is cut time. Cutting the cords is available with connections that are just very superficial in life. But then you know who your circle is. A small, tight circle is where you will find all that you need. It doesn't need to be, I have 1 million friends. It's, I have 3 trusting, amazing friends, is what Saturn in the 11th sector is. And it could be more than that, but you'll be honing in on the people that you carry forward in your life. Now, Jupiter here has a very different energy. Jupiter in Aquarius from the 19th of December through December 28th of 2021 suggests an expansion of connection. So it's a little bit of the opposite, because Saturn has you cutting the fat and honing in on where you need to focus, and Jupiter's like, I want all of the friends. But how I am interpreting this is you'll have options. People will be coming in. You have to weed out the weak in your life, Aries. And these are big goals that you are aspiring to. Jupiter in the 11th sector is conspiring to connect you. And in big ways, your online presence and business could be globally enlarged, and you take it out of its smaller base and you have more clientele to deal with in this year. More devices and technologies are coming into your life to prosper you. Jupiter is the largest, most massive optimism and prosperous energy in the solar system. And that is in the 11th sector of goals and wishes. So think and dream big. Create your goal list for the full year as these planets are truly refining their energy together. Diamonds are made from friction. Oh, yes. Okay, I get it. So Saturn's the friction, and Jupiter is the shiny bauble that you are left with at the end of this yearly transit of them together. Saturn lasting here 2 years longer, but they work together to truly bring in the right people and the right goals to align you. Saturn is alignment, and then expand you when you figure out what it is you don't need. And we have our winter solstice on the 21st, conjunct Mercury. The sun enters Capricorn, conjunct Mercury. Now your 10th house can breathe. Now your 10th house doesn't have Saturn working with Pluto and Jupiter. Now you still have Pluto there, intensifying this region. And if Aries hasn't already made an independent break to work for themselves, you still might consider that in the last month or two of this year. Our full moon brings closure to the month on the 29th at 8 degrees of Cancer in your home environment. Closing the shades, I get a vision of just pull down the shades, spend your New Year's Eve writing your goal list, peaceful, no need to go out and make a big bang. This is a withdrawing, hermetized energy, Cancerian vibes. I know you're an Aries, but you might feel like honing in, that word, honing in on your environment, what is close to you. Let's see what's here in the tarot for you, Aries. See if we get some coinciding energy. If you'd like a personal reading with me, this is what I do, and it's one of the things that I am excellent at. So consider me for your next reading. I'm at audreyalison.com. I have individual Astro Tarot readings for an hour. I also have package readings at a lower rate that are available for people that book more regularly with me. Aries, here are your cards for the month of December. And happy holidays to everybody. There's so much going on that it's hard to remember what bloody month we're in here. You have the Two of Swords. There's decisions available for Aries. Which direction do I go? Which way do I head? Weighing options. Let's see what else. And the Five of Wands in a competitive field, a very creative, competitive energy. Fire for the Aries out there, for the Arians. Oh, some of you are weighing whether or not to make the break for independent business versus reporting to that 10th house, to the company, and maybe you're working from home, but it's still reporting to someone outside of Aries. And I feel like that is changing as Pluto is there alone, the planet of change in your career sector. The World. Wow, the best card in the deck at the center. Finish what you start. Things will be completing and you will be coming full circle. Goal completion, 11th sector. In order to complete your goals, you have to identify them, envision them, write them out. Get them out of your mind's eye and onto paper or whatever you work with that you can visualize and continually see. The world suggests success. Cut out the competition. Run your independent race without looking next to you, to the left or the right. Wow, nature. And this is the devil in the tarot. And I just mentioned, don't look left or right. No need for jealousy, competition, spite, having other people in mind instead of yourself. This is time for Aries to act like the individual emperor you are. The distractions on the side can be cut away from you. You have another card. Five of Coins. You have more than enough. Pick your head up. You have more than enough to finish this project. And sometimes it isn't about the coins you don't think you have or the fear of not attaining that highest level. Oh, I get it. Some people can talk themselves out of finishing out of fear because they don't want the rejection of something, or if it's actually finished, what if no one buys it, or what if no one sells, what if it doesn't sell and no one buys it? Push forward relentlessly with your goals, Aries. You have another card I'm going to give you. 4 of Coins. Protection in your home. Build your security around you where you dwell. Where you live has the ability to secure you financially. And Aries might not need anything more than just that mind, the head that you govern on the zodiac, that skull of yours, and your laptop and the home that you live in. I hope this was helpful. I am wishing you a beautiful month. Happy holidays, merry, and if you'd like a private reading, let's get to it. Let's see what 2021 is about for you. I'm at audreyalison.com. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.